I've been asked many times, when it comes down to relationships, what is the most important determining factor to preserve and to build the relationship that you have with another and to make it grow to its full potential? And my response is always, never put the person before presence. Never put the person before pure spirit. Never choose the conceptual body-mind identity over the universal truth, the light of consciousness, because that will undoubtedly eclipse the light within yourself and also the light within another. We are here to work together, build together in unconditional universal love. And you have to, in any given situation, start off with fertile soil. You have to be grounded within universal spiritual principles, wisdom teachings, intuitive insight, creative exploration, becoming self-realized. No one is going to reach their full potential in experiencing love without coming to the realization that the purpose is to break the shell of the ego mind. And you first start off with roots, strong roots. In other words, you stay in the grounded state of being. Secondly, you push upwards. Symbolically, you are moving more to higher awareness, out of the darkness, and you're piercing more and more to the light. The light is going to give you strength. It's a light that comes from within. As a matter of fact, it's within and it's without. It's all pervasive. It's the space that exists in all things. And when you get together with somebody, what has to be established if you're moving in that direction of self-actualization is you come together with the other to cross over to the other shores of conscious awakening. It's important to share each other's discoveries, experiences, learnings, anything that can contribute to becoming more aware of the self, bring more space within your being, and to unclutter the mind of all of its excessive, compulsive thinking patterns. The self only exists within the present moment. The present moment is the only reality that you have. And love will not be able to exist until you become heart-centered. Your focus and your discipline has to be 100%, or it will not work. Your life here is to explore and discover who and what you are. So then what was once the microcosm becomes the macrocosm. Out of formlessness came form manifestation, and form returning back to the formless. This is the cycle of life. Waking up is seeing that your identity is universal. It's not tethered to a particular person. If you dig deep enough within your being, you'll realize that there is no person there. If you go deeper, past the body, the thoughts, and moods, and your conditionings, there will be a handful of nothingness there. But it's not just any nothingness. It means that there is no image, no conceptual identity. It's nameless, it's formless. It's the mysterious, energetic, universal life force that permeates all things. It's the field of infinite potential. That's what you are. And it's important to allow yourself the space to be in that. Your center is everywhere. Your circumference is nowhere. This is the uncaused awakening. When you realize that everything that you had identified as yourself was just a fabrication, a construct of the mind. And this dichotomy of this thought story of an I dissolves because you realize it's just one of the inventory items. In this perceiving space, everything occurs. You are not taking place in the now, you are the now. The true now is formless, timeless spaciousness, and it's always the same. The one constant that never changes. This is where life is. So, coming to the discovery of this deeper dimension in you is recognizing the heart of who you are as awakened perceiving in the spaciousness of this present moment. The world exists only when you observe or perceive it. You no longer look for yourself in external things or events. There's no more place to hang your hat as the person. There is only ever this moment. Nothing exists outside of the space of this moment. There was never a time when it wasn't this moment. Only form changes within this moment. The props may change, but the stage remains the same in this formless dimension of life. And when you are in a relationship with another, and you're bringing more presence to the relationship in this level, it becomes more real. Because both could put a mirror in front of each other that they can reflect pure being, without any expectations, without any judgments. We have to align ourselves with the universal heart that makes the heart beat, that makes hair grow, that could think a thought. And when both are in alignment, the relationship can build in harmony and serenity, equanimity, and mutual respect. It becomes heaven on earth, and both can rise to love universally. When you see that everywhere that you turn, everywhere that you go is yourself reflected back to you. The ultimate aim of love is to recognize itself as the source of love. And you can never be other than that. Only except through being mind identified, dreaming of being away from the self. As long as you are mind identified, you are not here now. You are not truly with the other. You only see the other based on your past conditioning and experiences and memories. You will never be present with another. Therefore, love cannot flow. You cannot give it, you cannot receive it. The mind is there. That becomes the barrier, the wall. Relationships always end up being unconscious and codependent and dysfunctional, and as long as the ego is there, then your heart is neglected. We're out of alignment with it. It is only the mind that is like a pendulum that goes back from the past to the future, and from the future to the past. It tries to bring the past that doesn't exist anymore into the present. It tries to bring the future that hasn't existed yet into the present. But it's always adding to reality. It's our thoughts about it. It's never it directly. So when we are together, we must help each other to stay in wakefulness. And you can never do any harm to the other because you recognize that it's the one self. There's not two. There's not two. Ground yourself in being. Be reminders for each other. Help each other to stay in that sentient space of living awareness, where you don't live a lie anymore. This is what awakening means. You wake up from the fiction that the mind has colored upon reality, that is added to reality. And you see things as they are,